I've gone from nothing to something. And I have a message for all of you watching this. You are inside of a matrix, and I'm here to wake you up. I say Matrix on purpose. I hope you've seen that movie. The Matrix is a movie about people who are stuck inside of a system that they don't quite understand. There's a system around them, and they can feel it, but they don't quite understand. Well, there's something going on, but I don't know what it is. That's how anyone who is educated feels. You must look at someone like me with one of 17 supercars. If I'm driving next to you, you must look at me and how did he afford a $300,000 car? Plus the maintenance, plus the insurance. How? I could never save that much money. How did he do that? Something doesn't make sense. You should be able to feel inside of yourself that some people know something, or know someone, or have access to something that normal people simply don't have. How can I take a life savings and drop it on a car 17 times on repeat? It doesn't make sense if you think about it logically. It doesn't make sense. People, you are inside of a matrix. You are stuck inside of a system that was taught to you. Everything you were taught in school, everything you were taught was designed to only make you obey. Obey the slave masters. They want you smart enough to run the machines and make them more money, but too stupid or too ignorant, unknowing of the true information of the world to ever escape. And I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to tell you, as someone who was inside of the matrix, I have now escaped the matrix. And it is real, because when I talk to people about how to make money, they all sit there with the same regurgitated ideas. The same ideas. The ideas that were taught to them by the matrix. Oh, save my money, get a deposit, get a mortgage, buy a house, rent the house, maybe pay the house off one day. Like, this is all the garbage you've been taught. Have you ever seen anybody from a council estate who's broke, who managed to save up £100,000 or $100,000 for a mortgage, and then get a mortgage, and then work and pay it off, and then own the house, and then drive a Ferrari and be rich? Have you ever seen that? You've never seen it. So why do you talk about it? Why are you saying that that's the way out if you've never seen anybody escape that way? Because the Matrix has taught you this, and they've taught you this on purpose. One, it teaches you to work and save. Keep your money slow. Don't make your money fast. Put it in a bank for no interest. That makes the bank money. Go back to the same bank and get a mortgage, more interest on top. That makes the bank money. Get a nice hard asset, a house. If you don't pay your taxes, they'll take it from you. That makes the government money, keeps you afraid. Do you understand? The entire system is designed to benefit the people who are in charge of the system, not you. You're inside of a matrix. You need new information to escape. That's why I'm here. I'm here to teach you the secrets to modern wealth creation. Society is not your friend. And I say this, I'm going to draw, ladies and gentlemen. Society is not, look at this, not your friend. Not. A lot of you people out here think it is. It is not your friend. Society is not made in your best interest. Society is made in the best interest of itself and those who run society. You're a cow. You're a farm animal. Society is the farm, and the ruling elite are the farmers. Society cares for you the same way a farmer cares for its cows. It wants you alive. It wants you alive, and it wants you to do your job, which is to give milk. But it does not want you free, and it does not want you happy. It doesn't want you to make enough money to start your own farm. It wants you on their farm. Please understand me. I was born to be a cow. Most of us were. But today I understand how the farmers think. Today I'm a farmer. I understand now what's happening. I fly private. I drive around the world in my various supercars. I don't have a care in the world. And I am woken. The reason I am awake is because I paid a lot of attention to very important people. I paid a lot of attention to that around me. I was extremely perspicacious, and I woke myself up. And for that reason, I am qualified to wake you up. Understand that society is teaching you the wrong things about wealth creation on purpose. They don't want you rich. I'm recording this during the COVID pandemic. During the COVID pandemic, a lot of people were not allowed to fly because flight routes were canceled or stopped. Not for me, I fly private. Do you understand? That you are told you're not allowed to go somewhere. I can go anywhere I want. The difference between you and me is I have money. Do you understand that slavery exists and slavery is coming? Slavery is coming for the people who cannot afford to be free. If you are not scared and feel like you need to get rich quickly, then there's something wrong with you. Because slavery is coming. They're going to keep you poor and destitute and reliant on your job. They're going to force you to take injections, force you to have pieces of paper you don't want to keep your job. They're going to keep you destitute on purpose. This is done on purpose. You must get rich quickly. You do not have time to save up for a deposit and buy a house and rent it out, and then when you're 65, maybe you'll have some equity in the house. You don't have time. You need to get rich now. And if you don't understand that urgency, if you're not sitting here thinking, yes, there's serious problems ahead for the average man, and it's going to get worse and worse, then there's something wrong with you. Think how hard and how much worse it's got for the average man the last 10 years. 10 years ago, you were better off than you are now. You're getting paid around the same salary, and prices were half what they are now for property. Half. Think about it. Here's an example. The European Union is going to tax jet fuel to help combat global warming. That means no more low-cost airlines. You want to fly to Spain on a Wizz Air cheap? No more. You're going to tax private jets too, right? No. The EU draft exempts private jets and cargo jets from jet fuel tax. That means anyone who flies private, no extra tax for us. Only tax for the peons. Tax for the peasants. The peasants will pay the tax, but we won't. Do you understand? Exempt. Exempt. The people who make the rules for themselves. They do not make the rules to benefit you. And every single thing they use as an excuse is a lie. Global warming, we're trying to help the planet. We're trying to help feminism. We're trying to help whatever it is. It's all an excuse to keep the poor poor. Keep the people inside the matrix broken. Because there are people inside the matrix so foolish that when they hear we're passing a tax on the planes to help the environment, they're going to sit there and go, yeah, good idea. It's not about the environment. It's about keeping the rich rich and keeping the poor poor. That's what every single rule, every single law is about. They're all about the same thing. You are inside of a matrix. Another thing that people are taught that they misunderstand. You do not need money to make money. Now, you can make money with money, but you don't need money to make money. Did you know that 88% of millionaires today are self-made? Including myself, completely self-made. You don't need to be born into money, and you don't need to have money. It's a coping mechanism average people use to be at peace with their reality. Oh, I'm poor, but I'm not, my family's not rich. Those people, they were probably born rich. No, that's what you say so you feel better about not being rich. There are people who were born poor like me who escaped, and we escaped by paying attention. So I hope you're paying attention to everything I'm saying so far, because if you're not paying attention, you are making a grave mistake. This is the first real chance you've had in your life to escape the matrix. You must destroy the coping mechanisms in your mind. Oh, the rich, they're rich, but I bet they're not happy. Yes, they are. Have you ever seen a rich person give their money away? No. Money makes you happy. Money is happiness because money is freedom, and freedom is happiness. You do not need to be born into money to have money. You need to destroy these thoughts in your mind so that you are open and receptive to the ideas that I present on how to create wealth. If you hate money, if you repel money, if you think money is evil or money's not important, you're never going to have any. And once you have money, you'll understand how important it is, because freedom is the most important thing in the world. And money buys freedom. I've given you the private jet example. I can give you a million examples. Money is the freedom to sleep where you want, to eat what you want, to drive the car you want, to go where you want, to wear a diamond watch. Money is the freedom to do whatever you want. And for that reason, it should be extremely important to you, because your freedom, your sovereignty as an individual should be extremely important to you. Nobody should want to be a slave. Other lies they tell you. Money's hard to acquire and rich people work harder than you. That is a lie. Rich people do not work harder than you. You work harder than rich people. You're already working harder than the rich people. The rich people are on their boats, relaxing in the sunshine. How can they be working harder than a nurse on a ward? How can the African woman who carries water on her head under the desert sun, how can she be working less hard than a fat cat billionaire? Understand, the billionaires and the rich people do not work harder than you. You already work harder than them. You just don't work at the right things. That's what I'm going to teach you. You just don't understand the world correctly. You're still inside the matrix. That's what I'm here to teach you. If you work as hard as you work now, with a few edits, a few changes on the direction you put that energy, you will be rich. Listen, I have a Lamborghini, right? I drive a Lamborghini. People stare at me like I'm from outer space. How do you get that car? But a Lambo's not that impressive. On a normal job, yeah, 300 grand is near impossible to spend on a car, on a normal job. But there are trillions of dollars out there. There are trillions of dollars out there. Trillions. Do you have any idea how much that is? Every building you drive past, go drive down any street. I don't care if you're in Sydney, Australia. I don't care if you're in Canada. I don't care if you're in Japan, Brazil, UK. I don't care if you're in Timbuktu. Every building you drive past is owned by somebody. You can drive down any street in the world and you're driving past millions of dollars. You drive past skyscrapers, you're driving past billions of dollars. The money is all around you. You can see money everywhere. Every apartment, every house, somebody or some company owns all of this. The money is everywhere. You just don't have any. Don't you see? There's a little club and you're not in it. You're inside the matrix. They're outside the matrix. And the only reason they can be so lazy and be outside the matrix is because you work so hard inside the matrix. I want to drive a Lamborghini. I don't build one. Someone inside the matrix builds it for me. And someone inside the matrix builds the roads. And someone inside the matrix pumps the gas. The people inside the matrix do all that work so I can drive my Lamborghini in the summer sun, as you can see behind me. Do you understand what's happening? Do you understand that the rich people are living on the backs of the poor? They always have. They always will. That's what the matrix was designed for. It was built this way on purpose, to keep you inside. If you can wake up and get out, then there is no more matrix. Then who's going to pump the gas and build the roads? Do you understand what I'm saying? These people are not smarter than you. They do not work harder than you. They're average individuals. The people outside the matrix, a lot of them were born into rich families, but some others, like myself, have escaped. Working hard is not the secret to wealth. Please understand, this is not about working harder than everyone else. Poor people already work harder than everyone else, and they are poor. It doesn't matter. Please, this deserves a highlight. Let's use another color. Let's use green. Money green. It doesn't matter how hard you dig if you're searching for gold where there is none. It doesn't matter how hard you work if you're doing the wrong things. That's why if you're watching this and you're thinking, I already work hard, but I'm not rich, because you're doing the wrong things, ladies and gentlemen. I am rich, and I do work, because I'm a very, very industrious, hard-working individual. But I don't work as hard as I used to, because I have a very nice life now. Let me ask you a question. Think of everything you know. Everything you know. Where did you learn it from? All the information in your mind, your opinions, your thoughts, your views on the world. Where did you learn it from? Your parents, school, friends, family, TV, the radio, YouTube, the internet. They taught you all these things, right? Because we are all a product of the life we live. We live life, we see and we experience things, we hear things, we get information, we watch the news, and these become our thoughts and our opinions over time. If we hear something and then we experience something which aligns with what we heard, it's what we believe to be true. Let me ask you a question. All these people who have been telling you things, all these people who have been programming your mind, because that's what they've been doing. The people who have been teaching you things have been programming your mind. Do these people know how to get rich? Are they rich? Serious question. You're going to university, you're going to your business professor, or you're going to do an MBA in business, or you're going to learn from these people, and they're teaching you how to be rich. Are they rich? No. They're not qualified. This is why I spoke about my wealth and my lifestyle at the beginning of this presentation, so you know that I am qualified. Most of the people who are programming your mind are people inside of the matrix. They can't teach you to get out because they're stuck inside of it themselves. They don't even see it. They're living inside of it. Like a fish doesn't see water. They're living inside the water. To them, water doesn't exist. It's just the world. That's the matrix. Most people inside the matrix don't even see it. That's why they can't escape. Anyone who is not rich cannot teach you how to become rich. Because if they knew how to be rich, they'd already be rich. And you know what rich people don't often do? Teach people how to get rich. Because why would they waste their time? They're rich now, and they're living a great life. It's not very often a rich person does what I do, sits down and creates a school about wealth creation. I've done that, and I'll tell you why I've done that later on in this presentation. Not very often does that happen. Because once a rich person becomes rich, then their life starts. Listen, life begins when you're rich. You're hoping to work your whole life and maybe be rich at the end, but then you're going to die, then your life is over. Life begins when you're rich. Life begins when you get to go to beautiful places in a beautiful car and stay in a beautiful hotel and eat beautiful food and wake up when you want. That's when life begins. Before that, it's only slavery. This is why university is such a scam. Modern university is a scam. I'm going to circle the word scam because I can't stress it enough. Modern university is a scam. It's a scam. They charge you $100,000 to go and learn how to be successful from professors who are still poor. Maybe they make 150 grand a year, 200 grand a year. That's poor to me. They can't afford my cars. They can't afford my life. Not on that measly wage. Not on 200 grand a month could they afford my life. They are not rich. So why are they telling you how to be successful? All of your friends and family who mean well, who want the best for you, they're giving you advice because they love you, but it doesn't mean it's good advice because they don't know what they're talking about. It can be the best intentioned advice in the world. If they don't know what they're talking about, then it doesn't mean anything. They are still inside the matrix. These people have never been rich. They've never been to where you want to go. So how could they possibly know the way? I've climbed to the top of the mountain so I can tell you the mountain path. If someone's never climbed the mountain, how can they tell you how to get to the top? Your university professor, your friends, your family, everyone is telling you how to make money, save your money. They don't have a clue what they're talking about. I do. I've done it. That's why I've been trying to show you from the beginning of this how much money I make and how much money I spend. Because it's easy for me to lie about how much I make, but I can't lie about what I spend. You can see with your own eyes on video what I spend. I am making huge sums of money because I've escaped the matrix. Common advice will not make you an uncommon individual. Because common advice by default is for commoners. If it's common advice and everyone knows it, everyone would do it, which means it no longer works. Go to uni, get a job, work hard, get a promotion, save up, get a mortgage, put some money into your pension, invest a little bit in the stock market. This is the garbage that you've already been told. Everyone said this to you before. It's common knowledge. How many people do you know have taken this common knowledge and applied it, and now they have a supercar collection of 17 supercars? None. Zero. Common knowledge doesn't work. Because if common knowledge worked, it wouldn't be common knowledge. It would be uncommon knowledge. And if it did work, it would stop working soon. It can't work for everybody. This is the normal advice. This is the advice people told me, right? These are the things I was told. I just didn't listen. Because the person who was telling me this advice, I looked at their life and thought, you're not rich. So why do I want to be like you? You are not rich. I don't want to live like you. You're not a rich person. I didn't inspire to be the people who gave me that advice, so I didn't listen. If people do not have a quality of life you desire, if they do not know something you want to know, then there's nothing to learn from them. All the people around you who are teaching you, if they are not living the exact life you want, or if they don't have something about their life that you want, there's nothing to learn from these people. Everyone who's telling you things, there's nothing good about their lives. Even if you don't want supercars like me, you could have spent that $10 million on something else. Wine, postage stamps, I don't care. Travel the world. It doesn't matter. The point is, you can still look at my life and go, okay, he has enough fiscal freedom. He has enough freedom with his finance to spend $10 million on whatever he wants. That's something everyone should aspire to. Because if you do not aspire to that, the only alternative is hard cope and slavery. The only alternative is to go, well, I don't really care about money. You know, I'm happy with my job and I've got enough to eat and I don't mind. I don't mind being told what to do and being a slave for the Matrix. Fine, good for you. I need someone to build my roads and pump my gas, but I'm not that guy. I want to live my one life free to do what I want and not have some boss tell me what to do, tell me what week of the year I'm allowed to enjoy myself, tell me what time to wake up in the morning. That's not me. If you're a slave, go be a slave. This is not a presentation for slaves. The real problem is what I've already said. The real problem is that every second of the day, every second of your existence, you are being programmed to be a slave. You are being programmed. The things you hear, the people who talk to you, what they teach you in school, what's on the news, what's on social media, what they tell you about wealth creation, what they tell you about governments and politics. It's all about programming you to keep doing hard work for low wages and still being taxed afterwards and not fighting back. You are being programmed and you can't stop it. The Matrix is not built on iron bars. This is not a physical jail, it's a mental jail. They have to put the jail on your mind. They don't restrict your body, they put the jail on your mind via programming. They keep you ignorant. They keep you suspicious of people like me. When I come along and say, listen, here's proof I'm a millionaire. Here's proof I started poor. I will teach you how to make money. They have programmed you to think, maybe it's a trick. How can it be a trick? I'm the only person who's qualified to tell you. I'm the only person who is not tricking you. Everyone else is tricking you with their programming. And they've programmed you to be suspicious of the people who can help you. Everything you are stems from your life experiences, stems from everything you've heard and seen and thought about. Being programmed is an unstoppable force, just like gravity. You cannot stop it, but you can choose what you experience. You can choose who you talk to. You can choose who programs your mind. Is it better that a millionaire programs your mind or a professor who's not a millionaire who thinks he understands how to be successful? Whose programming is better? If you want to learn piano, you would go find a person who can play the piano, and then you would understand, this person knows how to play piano, I will learn from them. Why don't we think the same about money? I am rich. I will teach you how to be rich. Why don't you think I want to learn from this rich man? Is it not purely logical? Why would you learn from anybody else? Do not let their programming keep you ignorant. Do not let them keep you closed-minded. It's by keeping you closed-minded that your mind is not open to the new ways which wealth is created, the new ways they keep for themselves. Closed-mindedness is going to destroy your existence. That is programming. Do not be closed-minded by their programming. You have a choice. You have a direct choice in what you can see and hear. No one takes advantage of this, but you can. Most people just accept the programming around them. They just accept it. They're not selective. Whatever's on the TV, whatever their professor tells them, whatever their friend tells them, whatever their mom tells them, and they just allow it all in into their brain. Let themselves be programmed. And they come up with the same stupid ideas everyone else has, and it's the same boring, stupid life because they're programmed. Watch the news, go to school, la-di-da. They're programming me to be a slave, mindlessly accepting whatever programming they come across, good or bad, best interest or not. You're going to let programming into your brain even if it's bad for you, even if it makes you closed-minded, even if it keeps you poor, even if it makes you sad, even if it makes you depressed, even if it makes you unhappy. You will still let the programming into your own mind and just let it go in. Oh, just let it in. Just program me to be a sad slave. No problem. And they don't think, they don't decide to be selective, to start being selective about who programs them. Being programmed by someone who inspires them, who makes them knowledgeable, who teaches them a way out of the matrix, who makes them understand how to create wealth. They show no resistance to the matrix and they crumble under the influence of society. These are the slaves you see. These are the people working in Starbucks. They are slaves and they have collapsed to society. They have crumbled and they do not resist anymore. They are not trying to escape. They're only trying to pour the coffees. That's all they're trying to do. And I will pull up in my Lamborghini and ask for a coffee and they'll make me one. And they'll look at my fast car and they'll think, oh, he was probably born rich. And they'll go back to making frappuccinos for the rest of their human years. Even though I wasn't born rich. Even though they could escape just like me if they were to open their mind. They were programmed for slavery and the Matrix does this on purpose. Selective programming is your superpower. Your superpower, no matter who you are, is choosing who programs your mind. When I was a fighter, all I did was hang around and talk with other fighters because it made my mentality ready for war. I was around warriors. When I was trying to get rich, all I did was talk about money. Any other subject or topic of discussion, I was not interested. I didn't want to talk about sports. I didn't want to talk about the TV shows. I don't care about Rihanna. I don't care about the festivals. I don't care. I don't care. I want to be rich. All I want to talk about is money. I only accepted the programming I was interested in. If I sat with my friend, I would say, how are you making money today? Well, this is how I'm making money today. Maybe we can make money together. How do you think this coffee shop is making money? We're in a coffee shop right now. How much is this coffee? €3. How much profit do you think is on this coffee? How much does the cup cost? Why don't they sell cake? I want cake and they don't sell any. They'd make money if they sold cake. Where's the nearest coffee shop to here? How much do you think they're paying that member of staff? You think they're on minimum wage? I would analyze money all the time, trying to find and identify gaps where money could be made. Please understand, money is like water. It never stays still. You poor people think that money is in these large pools hidden away from you, staying still. No, money is like water. It's always moving. It's in the river and it's moving. And then the sun comes and it evaporates into the rain. It goes into the cloud and the cloud moves and it rains somewhere else into a lake. And then the lake goes down into another stream into the ocean. Do you understand? It's always moving. If I give you $100 today, you put it in the bank uses that money. If I give you $100 and you spend it with a company uses that money. It never stays still. Money is always moving. I could give you $1 million today, that money would move. You'd spend it on things. You'd put it places. You'd put it in banks. You put it in stocks, bonds, crypto. It's always moving. You need to stand in the right place at the right time and you will get wet. This is what you must understand. All I talked about is how money was moving. Because this is how I could identify. I could find my chance to be rich. You now have a choice. Your choice is to only accept the programming from people who have quality. People who have qualities you admire and want. People who have broken free from the matrix. Or continue as you were. Listen to the news, your school professors. Download the influence from all the average people around you and remain average just like the rulers of society want you to be. Your choice is to stay inside the matrix or escape. Take the blue pill and you will wake up in your bed and you can think whatever you want to think. Or take the red pill. Continue with me down the rabbit hole. I can't remember the exact line Morpheus says, but something like that. And let's see how deep this goes. If what I've said to you so far has angered you in an unhealthy way, if you don't feel I'm qualified to teach you about money, log off the presentation right now. Take the blue pill. Go back to your job. Go make a frappuccino and go back to believing whatever you want to believe. Believe that rich people are born rich. Believe you can save enough money to one day be rich. Go believe the lies. Go back to the matrix. If you want to escape, take the red pill. And that's what we're going to do in this presentation.